Hey guys, this is a video to help all second violins play Hunter's Chorus. Hunter's Chorus has lots of call and response, so that means that sometimes the violins will say something and the cello will respond with the exact same thing afterward. So you'll see that happen in the beginning when the violins all have A, and then the cello responds. So you have to make sure you count those rests, okay? Whenever you have rests, make sure you're really counting them out loud or in your head as you're practicing, so that way you can make sure you're not playing when the cello is supposed to play, okay? So we start off with that open A. Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, and A. Then we rest, 2, 3, A, D, then D, E, D, E, F, D. Then E, 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 D, E, D, E, open A, open D. Then D, E, D, E, F, D. E, rest, open D. Then E, 1, 2, 3, E. Please make sure you hold that E, that dotted half note for 1, 2, 3, then another E, right? Okay, you want to make sure that you're not coming in early, because if you go to 11 early, then you're going to be playing ahead of everybody else, okay? Now, if the letter names don't help you, then maybe you can say the numbers, right? So if I were to start from maybe measure 3, I'd have 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Depends on what helps for you. You can also shadow bow, right? And say it out loud that way. So that way you can actually make sure that you're doing the fingers as you're calling it out loud, okay? That will be a way to help you say it and learn it that way while you're still playing it without making sound, okay? Let's go to 11. From 11, you have this like slow, quick, right? A half note and then 2 quarter notes. So make sure that you're really extending that bow for the half note, okay? Feeling the full value, and then those 2 quarter notes, okay? We need to make sure we're moving in this section because it's kind of like the only sort of pulse we have at this point. Ready? So measure 11, open D. Ready, and we have D, then D, 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 then E1, E again, back to D, D, now 1, then 2, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4. Stop there. So notice a couple different things that are really tricky. Your eighth notes, like if you look at 17 and then again at 21, you have in 17, 1, slow bow, then 2, 1, 0, 1 on the D string. Okay, you might want to practice that a little bit, shadow bowing or whatever you need. At 21, you have 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, right? You're holding that dotted half note again for 3 beats, resting for 1 more beat, think 4, and then you have to count 4 more beats of rest. We don't want to come in early because who plays at measure 23? The cellos, okay? So the cellos have A, then we play this time around. So we don't play it first. So if you hear the cellos playing and you're about to come in, you need to wait until they're done before you play, okay? All right, very nice. So I would definitely look at that section. And then you get to an even trickier spot at 25 where we have pizzicato. So right after you've played your A's, you either need to wrap your bow into your palm, right, into your fist and make an L with your thumb and forefinger. Put your thumb at the edge of the fingerboard, not back here by the bridge, not back here, right, at the edge of the fingerboard, and then you pluck with your pointer finger. But remember, every time that you have a G, you need to be able to get back to holding the bow. So if you can't do it that fast, you might want to just put your pointer finger out as long as you're holding your bow hold correctly, right? Then put your pointer finger out, tilt your hand in towards you, right? So your wrist is out, but your palm is in, right? And then you pluck this way. So that way the only thing you have to do is tilt your bow back onto the strings, right? So this is the way that I'm gonna pluck, but you have to make sure that you have a good bow hold, because if you're holding your bow kind of weird, that's not gonna work, okay? So let's try from measure 5, and you should have a rest on beat 1. So you should say rest out loud with me every time you have a rest, okay? Let's try it. Measure 25. 1, 2, ready, and rest. D, D, F, rest. D, D, F, open A, now bow. Rest, rest, A, G, E, then pluck. D, D, F, rest. D, D, F, A, use the bow. Rest, rest. D, rest, now E. These are fast. Do, they, do. Rest, then F, open A, G, F, E, D. Okay, it has to be that solid. If you miss a note, you have to keep going, okay? When you go to the A, G, E, don't slam your bow down, right? You have to get there, steady the bow in the air before you get onto the string, right? Because we don't want it to sound messy. If you miss a note, that's okay, you keep going, or you fake those notes and come back in when you know you can actually make sound, okay, with everybody else. Again, those rests are important, okay? The cello has A, G, E first, and then we play. So if you're playing with the cellos, they're either really late or you're really early. So you need to make sure that you listen to them play, and then you play A, G, E. We're not with them, okay? All right, let's go from 17 to the end, all right? So we have this do, do, day, do, 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 day, do, 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 right? Make sure your do days are fast, just like I said in measure 13 and 14, those are fast. Do, day, do. So these, you have to move your bow pretty quickly. Let's start from measure 17, open D. 2, here we go. Do, do, day, do. Now 2, 0. 2, now 1. 1. Back to 0. Then 2. 2. Then 1. Then 0. Rest, rest. Do, day, do. Rest, rest. Do, day, do. Do, day, do. Do, day, do. Rest. Notice again, those do days are fast. Remember, you can always shadow bow if you really want to work on saying your rhythm out loud, right? And making sure that you're bowing as quickly as you're saying it. Because if you're saying do day, but you're really slow with the bow, then there's something wrong with your rhythm. So you need to go back and make sure you practice that, okay? All right, if I were you, I'd break this up into sections from the beginning to 11, 11 to 25, 25 to 37, and 37 to the end, and practice trying to link those together after you feel like you've maybe mastered each section, okay? All right, you guys, good luck.